AudioBooksTube is glad to produce, publish, and offer Metaphysics of Existence. This book will change your entire life. By Sage D. Esotreasure. Hi. Before we delve in the book, if you enjoy listening to our content, we'd love your support. Most of you watch and listen, but many haven't hit that subscribe button yet. If everyone who enjoys our audiobooks subscribed, we could grow this channel and create even better content just for you. So go ahead, click that subscribe button and join our community. Together, we can make this channel thrive. And now, back to the narration. This is the first of a 30-series books about all branches of metaphysics. Stay tuned for the next volumes. Inoue this book. Chapter 1: Introduction to Metaphysics and Ontology. Metaphysics is a branch of philosophy that seeks to answer some of the most fundamental questions about existence and reality. It delves into what it means for something to be, the nature of objects, their properties, and the relationships that bind them. Among the various branches of metaphysics, ontology is of particular importance. Ontology specifically investigates the nature of being and existence itself, exploring concepts such as what it means to exist, the categories of existence, and the relationships between different kinds of beings. Understanding ontology provides a framework for comprehending our world and our place within it. The nature of metaphysics. Metaphysics as a discipline is often divided into several areas, including ontology, epistemology, and cosmology. While epistemology deals with the nature of knowledge and belief, and cosmology concerns the origin and structure of the universe, ontology focuses specifically on the nature of being. This exploration is vital because it lays the groundwork for all other philosophical inquiries. By asking what exists and what it means to exist, ontology helps us understand the very fabric of reality. At its core, metaphysics seeks to address profound questions that have puzzled humanity for centuries. What is the nature of reality? Do abstract concepts such as numbers or love exist in a tangible form, or are they merely constructs of the human mind? How do we distinguish between what is real and what is imagined? These questions lead us into the realm of ontology, where we examine the various aspects of existence itself. Defining ontology. Ontology, derived from the Greek words onto, being, and logos, study, is the philosophical study of being. It investigates the categories of existence, exploring what entities exist and how they can be grouped or classified. Ontology addresses several critical questions. What is the nature of objects? How do entities relate to one another? Are there different kinds of existence, e.g., physical versus abstract? What does it mean for something to exist? To grasp ontology more fully, we can consider various ontological frameworks proposed by philosophers throughout history. For example, Aristotle categorized beings into different types, distinguishing between substances, independent entities, and accidents, properties of substances. This classification provides a way to think about existence in a structured manner, helping us analyze the world around us more effectively. The distinction between metaphysics and ontology. While metaphysics and ontology are closely related, they are not synonymous. Metaphysics encompasses a broader range of inquiries into the nature of reality, while ontology narrows its focus specifically to the study of being. To illustrate this distinction, we can consider a simple analogy. If metaphysics is the overarching tree, ontology is one of its significant branches. Moreover, metaphysical inquiries often lead to ontological questions. For example, when discussing the nature of time, a metaphysician might inquire about the existence of time itself. Is time a real entity, or is it merely a measure of change? This inquiry leads us into the realm of ontology, where we must examine what it means for something to exist temporally. Different perspectives on reality. One of the fascinating aspects of ontology is how different cultures and philosophical traditions perceive existence. For example, materialism posits that only physical entities exist, while idealism argues that reality is fundamentally mental or spiritual. Eastern philosophies often adopt a more holistic view, emphasizing the interconnectedness of all beings. By exploring these diverse perspectives, we gain a deeper appreciation for the richness of existence. Consider the example of how various cultures perceive existence. In Western philosophy, the materialistic view emphasizes the tangible, physical world. This perspective is rooted in the scientific method and values empirical evidence as the basis for understanding reality. On the other hand, many Eastern philosophies, such as Buddhism, emphasize the impermanence of all things and view existence as a process rather than a static state. This contrast highlights the diversity of thought surrounding the nature of being and invites us to reflect on our beliefs. Practical applications of ontological understanding. Understanding ontology is not just an abstract exercise, it has practical implications for our daily lives. By examining our beliefs about existence, we can gain insights into our values, relationships, and decision-making processes. For example, if we believe that individuals have inherent worth, we may prioritize kindness and empathy in our interactions with others. Conversely, a more utilitarian view may lead us to evaluate others based on their contributions to our lives. Consider a scenario where you are faced with a challenging decision, such as whether to pursue a new career path. Your ontological beliefs about existence may influence how you approach this decision. If you view life as a series of opportunities for growth and learning, you may be more inclined to take risks and embrace change. However, if you hold a more deterministic view of existence, you may feel constrained by your circumstances and hesitate to explore new possibilities. Exercises for self-reflection. To deepen your understanding of metaphysics and ontology, it can be helpful to engage in self-reflection and exploration. Here are 2 exercises to consider. Write down your understanding of reality. What do you believe truly exists? Reflecting on your beliefs about existence can provide valuable insights into your worldview. Consider whether you prioritize material objects, relationships, or abstract concepts in your understanding of reality. Reflect on a time when your perception of reality changed. What influenced that change? This exercise invites you to explore moments of personal growth or transformation. By examining the factors that contributed to a shift in your perspective, you can gain a deeper understanding of how your beliefs about existence evolve over time. As we embark on this journey through metaphysics and ontology, it is essential to remember that these inquiries are not just academic exercises but rather fundamental explorations of our existence. By engaging with these questions, we can cultivate a greater awareness of our beliefs, values, and the nature of the reality we inhabit. In the following chapters, we will delve deeper into specific ontological concepts, exploring categories of being, the nature of time and space, causality and change, and much more. Each chapter will build on our foundational understanding, guiding us toward a richer appreciation of the complexities of existence. As we continue this exploration, keep in mind that the questions we ask and the insights we gain can significantly impact our lives. By embracing the mysteries of existence and engaging with the philosophical underpinnings of our reality, we open ourselves to new possibilities for personal growth and understanding. Chapter 2: The Nature of Being. Ontology, as a critical branch of metaphysics, explores the nature of being and existence. At the heart of ontology is a fundamental inquiry into what it means to exist. This chapter delves into the nuances of being, the different types of existence, and how these concepts manifest in our daily lives. By engaging with the nature of being, we gain deeper insights into our world, our relationships, and ourselves. Understanding existence. Existence can be understood in various ways, depending on the philosophical perspective one adopts. Broadly speaking, existence can be categorized into three fundamental types: actual, potential, and necessary being. Actual being, this refers to entities that exist in reality. Actual beings are those we can observe, interact with, or experience in some form. For example, a tree in your backyard, a friend sitting across the table, or a book on your shelf all qualify as actual beings. They have a tangible presence and can be directly perceived through our senses. Potential being represents entities that do not currently exist but have the capacity to exist. For instance, a seed has the potential to become a tree, and an idea in your mind may one day become a fully developed project. Potential beings highlight the dynamic nature of existence, suggesting that reality is not static but constantly evolving. This concept encourages us to consider possibilities and envision futures that may not yet be realized. Necessary being. This type of being refers to entities that must exist and cannot not exist. Philosophers often use the concept of a necessary being to argue for the existence of a fundamental source or cause of all reality, often equated with the notion of God. The idea of necessary being invites contemplation on the ultimate causes and the origins of everything that exists. The classification of being. To further understand the nature of being, we can categorize existence into different frameworks. Historically, philosophers like Aristotle have provided foundational insights into how beings can be classified. Aristotle identified categories that help us think about existence systematically. These categories include substance, the primary category, representing individual entities that exist independently, such as a person, animal, or object. Substances have distinct identities and properties. Accidents, these are properties or characteristics that can change without altering the substance itself. For example, the color of a car or the height of a person are accidents, as they can vary while the substance remains the same. Quantity, this refers to the measurable aspects of a substance, such as size, weight, or volume. Quality, qualities denote the attributes that define a substance, such as its color, texture, or shape. Relation, this category describes how substances relate to one another, such as familial relationships or spatial relationships. Place and time, these categories address the location and temporal aspects of existence. Where something exists and when it exists are crucial questions in ontology. By employing these categories, we can analyze the complexity of existence more effectively. For example, consider a chair. It is a substance with specific qualities, color, material, and can occupy a place in a room at a particular time. Exploring the concept of being. The exploration of being is not merely an intellectual exercise. It has profound implications for how we perceive ourselves and our reality. Understanding the nature of being can lead to personal insights and growth. For instance, recognizing that we possess both actual and potential aspects can inspire us to pursue our goals and develop our talents. Consider the analogy of a butterfly emerging from a chrysalis. The caterpillar's potential to become a butterfly exists within it, but it requires a transformative process to actualize that potential. Similarly, each person has inherent potential waiting to be realized. This understanding encourages us to embrace change and growth in our lives. The implications of existence. The nature of being also has ethical and philosophical implications. If we acknowledge the existence of potential beings, we must consider our responsibilities toward them. This notion extends to our relationships with others, our environment, and even future generations. The realization that we are all part of an interconnected web of existence encourages us to act with mindfulness and compassion. In ethical discussions, the nature of being raises questions about value and worth. If we regard human beings as substances with intrinsic worth, we are more likely to advocate for human rights and dignity. Conversely, a utilitarian view that prioritizes the greatest good may lead to justifying harm to individuals for perceived greater benefits. Thus, our understanding of existence shapes our moral frameworks and influences our choices. different philosophical perspectives. Throughout history, various philosophical traditions have approached the concept of being from different angles. Two notable perspectives are realism and nominalism. Realism, this view posits that universals, abstract concepts such as beauty, justice, or numbers, exist independently of particular instances. Realists argue that these concepts have a reality that transcends individual objects. For example, the concept of redness exists as a quality that can be attributed to various red objects, whether an apple, a fire truck, or a stop sign. Nominalism, in contrast, nominalists assert that universals are mere names or labels we use to categorize experiences. According to this view, the concept of redness does not exist independently, rather, it is a human construct used to describe a shared quality among different objects. Nominalism emphasizes the subjective nature of our understanding of reality. These differing perspectives highlight the complexity of existence and encourage us to reflect on our beliefs. Do we see the world as populated by universal truths, or do we view our understanding as a collection of subjective interpretations? Engaging with these philosophical positions can deepen our appreciation for the richness of existence. Practical applications of understanding being. Understanding the nature of being is not merely an academic pursuit, it has practical applications in our lives. By engaging with these ontological concepts, we can enhance our self-awareness and personal growth. For instance, when faced with challenges or setbacks, recognizing that we possess both actual and potential aspects can inspire resilience. We can remind ourselves that our current circumstances do not define us. We have the capacity to grow and change. This perspective fosters a growth mindset, encouraging us to embrace learning and development. Additionally, understanding the interconnectedness of existence can influence how we approach our relationships. If we acknowledge that each individual is a substance with intrinsic worth, we are more likely to cultivate empathy and compassion in our interactions. This awareness can lead to more meaningful connections and a greater sense of community. Exercises for self-reflection. To further explore the nature of being, consider the following exercises. Analyze an object in your environment. Choose an object in your home, such as a piece of furniture or a decorative item. Reflect on its actual existence, what it is, its potential, what it could become, and its necessary aspects, what it represents. Write down your observations and insights. Identify your personal potential. Take a moment to reflect on your goals and aspirations. What aspects of your being do you believe are underdeveloped or untapped? Write down your thoughts on how you can work toward realizing your potential. Categorize your relationships. Create a list of your relationships and categorize them based on Aristotle's framework. Consider how each relationship contributes to your understanding of existence and your sense of self. Contemplate the nature of value. Reflect on your beliefs regarding the value of human life and existence. Write a short essay on how your understanding of being influences your ethical perspectives and decisions. In exploring the nature of being, we have delved into the complexities of existence and the various frameworks through which we can understand it. By recognizing the distinction between actual, potential, and necessary being, we can gain insights into our lives and relationships. The implications of existence extend beyond philosophical discourse. They shape our values, ethics, and choices. As we continue our journey through ontology, we will examine specific ontological concepts, including categories of being, the problem of universals, and the nature of time and space. Each chapter will build upon our foundational understanding, guiding us toward a richer appreciation of the complexities of existence. Embracing the exploration of being invites us to engage with the profound questions that define our lives and the reality we inhabit. Chapter 3: Categories of Being. Ontology, as a branch of metaphysics, delves into the study of being and existence, examining how different entities can be classified and understood. In this chapter, we will explore the various categories of being, with a particular emphasis on Aristotle's classification system. By understanding these categories, we can better grasp the complexities of existence and how they manifest in our daily lives. Aristotle's categories. Aristotle, one of the foundational figures in Western philosophy, developed a comprehensive framework for understanding being. He categorized entities into 10 distinct categories that serve as a means of classification. These categories allow us to analyze and differentiate between various aspects of existence, facilitating a clearer understanding of the world around us. Substance. The most fundamental category, substance, refers to individual entities that exist independently. Substances have a distinct identity and are the primary subjects of predication. For example, a specific tree, a human being, or a dog are all substances. They are characterized by their essence, which defines what they are. Substances can exist on their own and do not depend on other entities for their existence. Quantity. This category pertains to measurable aspects of substances. Quantity refers to how much or how many of something there are. For instance, when we say there are 5 apples, we are categorizing the apples in terms of quantity. Quantity can include aspects such as length, weight, and volume. Quality. Quality describes the attributes or characteristics that define a substance. These attributes can be physical, such as color, texture, or shape, or they can be more abstract, like intelligence or kindness. For example, a blue car is characterized by its color, which is a quality that distinguishes it from other cars. Relation. This category focuses on how substances relate to one another. Relations can denote familial connections, spatial relationships, or temporal ones. For example, the relationship between a parent and a child is a relational category that helps us understand their connection. Place. Place refers to the location of a substance within a particular context. This category answers the question of where something exists. For instance, when we say that a book is on a shelf, we are identifying its place in relation to other objects. Time. Time denotes the temporal aspects of existence. It addresses when something exists or occurs. For example, a historical event can be categorized based on the time it took place, such as the signing of the Declaration of Independence in 1776. Position. Position refers to the state of a substance concerning its orientation or posture. For example, a person sitting or standing describes their position in space. State. This category describes the condition or status of a substance. For instance, we might say that a vehicle is in a state of repair, indicating its current condition. Action. Action pertains to what a substance does. This category describes the activities or processes that an entity engages in, such as running, speaking, or painting. Passion. Passion refers to what happens to a substance as a result of an action. For example, if someone kicks a ball, the ball is said to be in a state of passion as it moves in response to the action. These 10 categories provide a comprehensive framework for analyzing existence. By classifying entities in this way, we can better understand their properties and relationships, enhancing our grasp of reality. Implications of categorizing being. The categorization of being has profound implications for our understanding of the world. It allows us to break down complex entities into their constituent parts, making them easier to analyze and comprehend. This systematic approach to existence can be applied in various fields, including science, philosophy, and everyday life. For instance, in the field of biology, scientists categorize living organisms based on their characteristics. Taxonomy, the science of classification, relies on categorizing organisms into kingdoms, phyla, and species. This classification helps researchers understand the relationships between different life forms and facilitates the study of biodiversity. In philosophy, the categorization of being allows for a deeper exploration of metaphysical questions. By analyzing substances, qualities, and relations, philosophers can engage in meaningful discussions about the nature of reality, existence, and the human experience. This framework helps clarify complex philosophical arguments and enhances our understanding of fundamental concepts. Everyday applications of categories. The practical applications of categorizing being extend into our daily lives. By applying these categories, we can improve our decision-making, problem-solving, and interpersonal relationships. Let's consider a few examples of how these categories can be applied practically. Decision-making. When faced with a choice, categorizing the options can help clarify the decision-making process. For instance, if you are considering 2 job offers, you can categorize the pros and cons based on substance, the job itself, quantity, salary and benefits, quality, work environment, and relation, career growth potential. This systematic approach allows for a more thorough evaluation of the choices available. Conflict resolution. In interpersonal relationships, Understanding the relational dynamics can facilitate conflict resolution. By analyzing the positions and states of each party involved in a disagreement, individuals can work toward a solution that acknowledges the needs and perspectives of everyone involved. This approach fosters empathy and understanding. Organizing information, whether in academics or personal projects, categorizing information helps streamline the organization process. For example, when writing a research paper, you can categorize your sources based on relevance, substance, quality, credibility, and relation, how they connect to your thesis. This categorization makes it easier to synthesize information and develop coherent arguments. Self-reflection, the categories of being can also aid in personal growth and self-reflection. By analyzing your qualities, skills, traits, and the relationships you hold, you can identify areas for improvement and development. This self-awareness can lead to more meaningful connections with others and a deeper understanding of your place in the world. The nature of universals and particulars. An important aspect of ontology involves the debate between universals and particulars. Universals are abstract concepts or qualities that can be attributed to multiple particular instances. For example, the quality of redness can be attributed to both a red apple and a red car. The debate centers on whether universals exist independently of the particulars that instantiate them. Realism. Realists argue that universals have an existence independent of the particulars. According to this view, the concept of redness exists as a universal quality that transcends individual red objects. This perspective suggests that there are underlying truths that govern the relationships between entities. Nominalism. In contrast, nominalists assert that universals are mere names or labels we use to categorize our experiences. They argue that redness does not exist independently but is a concept we create to describe a shared characteristic among various red objects. This perspective emphasizes the subjective nature of our understanding of reality. The implications of this debate extend into various fields, including ethics, science, and metaphysics. For instance, in ethics, the question of whether moral truths exist as universals can influence ethical theories and frameworks. In science, the classification of species and the understanding of biological processes often hinge on the relationship between universals and particulars. Practical exercises for understanding categories. To deepen your understanding of the categories of being, consider engaging in the following exercises. Categorize objects in your environment. Choose several objects in your home and categorize them based on Aristotle's framework. For each object, identify its substance, quantity, quality, relation, place, time, position, state, action, and passion. This exercise will enhance your ability to analyze and understand the complexity of existence. Reflect on your relationships. Take time to reflect on your relationships with others. Identify the substances, people, involved and categorize them based on their qualities, relations, and positions. consider how this analysis can help improve your understanding of those relationships and enhance your interactions. Analyze a decision-making scenario. Think about a recent decision you made. Break down the factors that influenced your choice using the categories of being. Identify the substances involved, options, their qualities, and how they relate to your goals. This exercise can help you gain insights into your decision-making process and improve future choices. Explore the universals debate. Choose a quality, e.g., beauty, justice, and reflect on whether you believe it exists as a universal or is merely a construct of human perception. Write down your thoughts and consider how your beliefs impact your understanding of ethics and morality. The categories of being provide a robust framework for understanding existence and analyzing the complexities of reality. By categorizing substances, qualities, relations, and other aspects of being, we can enhance our comprehension of the world and our place within it. This systematic approach to ontology has profound implications for philosophy, science, and everyday life. As we continue our exploration of ontology in the subsequent chapters, we will delve deeper into specific ontological concepts, such as the problem of universals, the nature of time and space, and the mind-body problem. Each chapter will build upon our foundational understanding, guiding us toward a richer appreciation of the intricacies of existence. Engaging with these categories allows us to develop a more profound understanding of ourselves, our relationships, and the reality we inhabit. Chapter 4: The Problem of Universals. The problem of universals is a central issue in metaphysics and ontology that has been debated by philosophers for centuries. This chapter will explore what universals are, the distinctions between realism and nominalism, and the implications of these perspectives on our understanding of existence. By examining the nature of universals, we can gain insights into how we categorize and interpret the world around us. Understanding universals. Universals are abstract entities or qualities that can be instantiated in multiple particular instances. For example, the color red can be found in a red apple, a red car, and a red shirt. Despite their individual differences, these objects share the common quality of redness. Universals allow us to classify and group objects based on shared characteristics, making it easier to communicate and understand our experiences. Philosophers often ask critical questions about universals. Do they exist independently of the particular instances that exhibit them? Are they merely names we use to categorize our experiences? The answers to these questions shape our understanding of existence and have significant implications for various fields, including ethics, science, and philosophy. Historical context. The problem of universals can be traced back to ancient philosophical traditions, particularly in the works of Plato and Aristotle. Their differing perspectives laid the groundwork for the ongoing debate between realism and nominalism. Plato proposed the theory of forms, which suggests that universals exist independently of particular instances. According to Plato, the forms are perfect, eternal, and unchanging concepts that exist in a realm beyond the physical world. For instance, the universal quality of beauty exists as an ideal form, while individual beautiful objects are mere imperfect representations of that ideal. Plato's theory emphasizes the existence of universals as independent entities, providing a foundation for realism. Aristotle, in contrast, rejected Plato's theory of forms. He argued that universals do not exist independently, rather, they are inherent in particular substances. For Aristotle, the quality of redness exists only in red objects and cannot be separated from them. This view aligns more closely with nominalism, which posits that universals are merely names or labels we use to categorize our experiences. Realism versus nominalism. The debate between realism and nominalism revolves around the nature and existence of universals. Each perspective offers different implications for our understanding of reality. Realists argue that universals exist independently of particular instances. According to this view, universals have a reality that transcends the individual objects that exhibit them. Realism posits that abstract concepts, such as justice, beauty, or redness, exist as universal truths that can be discovered and understood. This perspective emphasizes the existence of underlying realities that govern our experiences. Implications of realism. Objective truths. Realists advocate for the existence of objective truths that can be discovered through reason and observation. This perspective supports the idea that certain moral and ethical principles are universally applicable, regardless of individual circumstances. Scientific framework. Realism provides a foundation for scientific inquiry. By positing that universals exist independently, scientists can work to uncover the laws of nature and universal truths that govern physical phenomena. Nominalism. Nominalists, on the other hand, assert that universals are merely names or labels we use to categorize our experiences. According to this view, the concept of redness does not exist independently but is a human construct used to describe a shared quality among various red objects. Nominalism emphasizes the subjective nature of our understanding of reality, arguing that universals do not have an existence beyond the particular instances we observe. Implications of nominalism. Subjective understanding. Nominalism suggests that our understanding of concepts and categories is inherently subjective. This perspective raises questions about the nature of knowledge and truth, as it posits that our classifications are shaped by human perception and language. Ethical relativism. Nominalism can lead to ethical relativism, the idea that moral principles are not universally applicable. If universals do not exist independently, then moral truths may vary based on cultural, social, or individual perspectives. The impact on knowledge and ethics. The problem of universals has significant implications for epistemology, the study of knowledge, and ethics. Understanding whether universals exist independently influences how we approach knowledge acquisition and ethical frameworks. Epistemology, the existence of universals, shapes our understanding of knowledge and how we categorize our experiences. If universals exist independently, knowledge can be seen as a process of discovering objective truths about reality. In contrast, if universals are merely constructs, knowledge becomes a subjective interpretation of the world. This distinction has ramifications for various fields, including science, philosophy, and social sciences. Ethics, the problem of universals, also impacts ethical theories. If moral truths exist as universals, then ethical principles can be viewed as objective and universally applicable. For instance, concepts of justice and fairness may be seen as inherent truths that transcend individual circumstances. On the other hand, if universals do not exist independently, ethical principles may become relative, shaped by cultural, social, or individual perspectives. This perspective raises important questions about moral judgments and the foundations of ethical theories. Practical applications of the problem of universals. The problem of universals is not merely an abstract philosophical debate, it has practical applications in various aspects of our lives. Understanding the implications of realism and nominalism can enhance our decision-making processes and interpersonal relationships. Communication and language. The way we categorize and label our experiences is influenced by our beliefs about universals. For example, if you believe that universals exist independently, you may approach discussions with the expectation that certain concepts, such as justice or beauty, have objective meanings. Conversely, if you adopt a nominalist perspective, you may recognize that definitions and meanings are subjective and shaped by context. This awareness can improve communication by fostering an understanding of different perspectives. Conflict resolution. In interpersonal relationships, understanding the nature of universals can aid in conflict resolution. If individuals recognize that their differing perspectives may stem from subjective interpretations, they may be more open to dialogue and compromise. This understanding encourages empathy and promotes healthier communication. Personal development. Reflecting on the problem of universals can enhance self-awareness and personal growth. By examining your beliefs about universals, you can gain insights into how they influence your values, judgments, and interactions with others. This self-reflection can lead to a more nuanced understanding of your worldview and encourage personal development. Exercises for engaging with the problem of universals. To deepen your understanding of the problem of universals, consider engaging in the following exercises. Identify universals in your life. Reflect on concepts or qualities you encounter regularly, such as beauty, justice, or friendship. Analyze whether you believe these concepts exist independently or if they are merely labels for subjective experiences. Write down your thoughts and consider how this analysis impacts your understanding of these concepts. Examine ethical dilemmas. Consider an ethical dilemma you have faced. Reflect on your reasoning and whether you viewed moral principles as universal truths or subjective interpretations. How did this perspective influence your decision-making process? Engage in dialogue. Discuss the problem of universals with a friend or family member. Explore their beliefs about the existence of universals and engage in a respectful dialogue about the implications of realism and nominalism. This conversation can help clarify your own beliefs and enhance your understanding of different perspectives. Explore examples in science. Investigate a scientific concept that relies on the idea of universals, such as laws of physics or biological classifications. Consider whether these concepts exist independently or if they are human constructs that help us categorize and understand the natural world. The problem of universals is a foundational issue in ontology that raises essential questions about the nature of existence and our understanding of reality. By examining the distinctions between realism and nominalism, we can gain insights into how we categorize our experiences and interpret the world around us. The implications of this debate extend into epistemology, ethics, and practical applications in everyday life. As we continue our exploration of ontology in the subsequent chapters, we will delve deeper into specific ontological concepts, including the nature of time and space, the mind-body problem, and the relationship between language and reality. Each chapter will build upon our foundational understanding, guiding us toward a richer appreciation of the complexities of existence. Engaging with the problem of universals invites us to reflect on our beliefs and encourages us to navigate the intricate web of reality with greater awareness. Chapter 5: The Nature of Time and Space. The nature of time and space is a fundamental topic in metaphysics and ontology, posing profound questions about the fabric of reality. Time and space are often perceived as the frameworks within which existence unfolds, but their true nature has been the subject of philosophical inquiry for centuries. This chapter explores various theories of time and space, their implications for our understanding of reality, and practical applications for daily life. Theories of time. Time is often thought of as a linear progression from past to present to future, yet philosophers and scientists have proposed various theories to explain its nature. Linear time. This common perspective views time as a straight line, with events occurring in a sequential manner. According to this view, the past is fixed, the present is a fleeting moment, and the future is yet to unfold. This understanding of time aligns with our everyday experiences and is foundational in fields like history and chronology. Cyclic time. In contrast, some cultures and philosophical traditions propose a cyclic view of time, where events recur in a repetitive cycle. This perspective is evident in various religious and philosophical systems, such as Hinduism and Buddhism, which suggest that time is an eternal cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Cyclic time challenges the linear understanding, emphasizing the idea that existence is an ongoing process rather than a one-way journey. Relational time. Philosophers like Henri Bergson argued for a relational understanding of time, where time is not an independent entity but rather a product of human consciousness and experience. According to this view, time is intimately linked to our perceptions and actions, suggesting that it cannot be understood in isolation from the experiences that shape it. Physical time. In the realm of physics, time is often treated as a measurable quantity, defined by intervals between events. In this context, time is closely tied to the concept of space-time, as formulated in Einstein's theory of relativity. Here, time and space are interwoven, and the passage of time can vary based on an observer's relative motion and gravitational field. Theories of space. Like time, space has been the subject of extensive philosophical and scientific inquiry. The nature of space raises questions about the relationship between objects and the environment they inhabit. Absolute space. The Newtonian perspective posits that space is an absolute entity that exists independently of the objects within it. According to this view, space provides a fixed backdrop against which events occur. Absolute space implies that distances and positions can be measured objectively, regardless of the objects occupying that space. Relational space. In contrast, relational theories of space, influenced by philosophers like Leibniz, argue that space is defined by the relationships between objects rather than existing independently. According to this perspective, space does not exist as a separate entity but as a network of relationships between objects. This view challenges the notion of absolute space and emphasizes the interconnectedness of existence. Quantum space. In modern physics, particularly quantum mechanics, the nature of space is further complicated. Some theories propose that space is not a continuous medium but is instead composed of discrete units or quanta. This perspective raises questions about the fundamental structure of reality and the implications for our understanding of both space and time. The interplay of time and space. The relationship between time and space is a crucial aspect of metaphysical inquiry. In contemporary physics, especially in the context of relativity, time and space are understood as intertwined dimensions. The concept of spacetime suggests that the two cannot be considered separately, rather, they form a unified framework that shapes our understanding of the universe. Spacetime. Einstein's theory of relativity revolutionized our understanding of time and space. It posits that the fabric of the universe consists of 4 dimensions, 3 spatial dimensions and 1 temporal dimension. In this framework, the geometry of spacetime can be curved by mass and energy, leading to phenomena such as gravitational time dilation, where time passes at different rates depending on an observer's position in a gravitational field. Implications for existence. The intertwining of time and space has profound implications for our understanding of existence. If time and space are not absolute entities, then our perception of reality may be more fluid and interconnected than previously thought. This perspective invites us to consider how our experiences are shaped by the dynamic interplay of time and space. Philosophical implications. The nature of time and space raises several philosophical questions that challenge our understanding of reality. Is time real? One of the central questions in the philosophy of time is whether time itself is a real entity or merely a construct of human perception. Some philosophers argue that if time is not an independent entity, then our understanding of causality and change becomes problematic. This debate encourages deeper reflection on the nature of existence and the mechanisms through which we experience reality. The arrow of time, the question of whether time has a direction, often referred to as the arrow of time, is another intriguing aspect of metaphysical inquiry. The second law of thermodynamics suggests that entropy, or disorder, increases over time, implying a one-way direction for time. This raises questions about the nature of causality and whether time can be reversed or whether it is inherently linear. Time and free will. The relationship between time and free will is another significant philosophical issue. If time is linear and predetermined, does that imply a lack of genuine free will? Alternatively, if time is flexible and influenced by individual choices, then our understanding of agency and responsibility may be more nuanced. The nature of existence. Understanding the interplay of time and space can also lead to deeper questions about the nature of existence itself. If time and space are not fixed entities, how do they shape our understanding of being? This inquiry invites us to explore the limits of our knowledge and the complexities of reality. Practical applications of time and space. The theories of time and space have practical implications that extend beyond abstract philosophical debates. Understanding the nature of time and space can enhance our decision-making, relationships, and overall quality of life. Time management. Recognizing that time is a construct shaped by our experiences can help us approach time management with a more flexible mindset. Instead of viewing time as a rigid linear progression, we can prioritize our values and engage in activities that bring fulfillment, aligning our actions with our goals. Mindfulness and presence. Exploring the nature of time encourages mindfulness and presence in our daily lives. By acknowledging the fluidity of time and the importance of the present moment, we can cultivate a greater awareness of our experiences, leading to increased well-being and satisfaction. Navigating relationships. Understanding that space is defined by relationships can enhance our interactions with others. Recognizing the interconnectedness of our lives encourages empathy and fosters deeper connections with those around us. This awareness can lead to more meaningful relationships and a greater sense of community. Adaptability and change. Embracing the idea that time and space are dynamic can help us navigate change with greater resilience. By understanding that existence is not fixed, we can approach challenges and transitions with an open mind, allowing for personal growth and adaptation. Exercises for engaging with time and space. To deepen your understanding of time and space, consider engaging in the following exercises. Reflect on your relationship with time. Take a moment to reflect on how you perceive time. Do you view it as linear or cyclical? How does your perception influence your daily life and decision-making? Write down your thoughts and consider how you might approach time differently. Observe spatial relationships. Spend time observing your environment and the relationships between objects. How do these relationships shape your experience of space? Consider how your understanding of space influences your interactions with others and your surroundings. Practice mindfulness. Engage in mindfulness practices that emphasize presence and awareness of the moment. Focus on your breath, sensations, and surroundings. Reflect on how cultivating mindfulness can enhance your experience of time and space in your daily life. Explore change. Think about a recent change in your life. Reflect on how your perception of time and space influenced your response to that change. How can embracing the dynamic nature of existence help you navigate future changes with greater ease? The nature of time and space is a foundational topic in metaphysics that raises essential questions about existence and our understanding of reality. By exploring various theories of time and space, we can gain insights into the interplay between these dimensions and their implications for our lives. As we continue our exploration of ontology in subsequent chapters, we will delve deeper into specific ontological concepts, including the mind-body problem, the relationship between language and reality, and the implications of metaphysical inquiry for personal and societal development. Each chapter builds upon our foundational understanding, guiding us toward a richer appreciation of the complexities of existence. Engaging with the nature of time and space invites us to reflect on our experiences and encourages us to navigate the intricate web of reality with greater awareness. Chapter 6: The Mind-Body Problem. The mind-body problem is one of the central issues in metaphysics and philosophy of mind, addressing the relationship between the mind as a non-physical entity and the body as a physical entity. This chapter explores various perspectives on the mind-body problem, their implications for our understanding of consciousness and identity, and practical applications for our daily lives. Defining the mind-body problem. The mind-body problem fundamentally questions how mental states, such as beliefs, desires, and consciousness, relate to physical states of the body and brain. It raises several critical inquiries. What is the nature of consciousness? Is consciousness a product of physical processes, or does it exist independently? How do mental states influence physical actions? For instance, how does a thought or desire translate into a physical action like moving an arm? What is the relationship between the brain and the mind? Are they two distinct substances, or are they part of a unified system? These questions are vital for understanding human existence, identity, and our place in the universe. Historical context. The mind-body problem has been a topic of philosophical inquiry since ancient times. Key figures and their contributions include René Descartes, often considered the father of modern philosophy. Descartes proposed a dualistic perspective, asserting that the mind and body are distinct substances. According to Cartesian dualism, the mind, or soul, is immaterial and non-extended, while the body is material and extended in space. This view emphasizes a separation between mental and physical realms and raises questions about how they interact, famously termed the interaction problem. Gilbert Ryle challenged Cartesian dualism in the 20th century, arguing against the idea that the mind is a separate entity. He introduced the concept of category mistakes, suggesting that attributing mental properties to the mind as if it were a physical thing leads to confusion. Ryle's critique emphasizes that mental states are better understood as behaviors and dispositions rather than separate entities. David Chalmers, in contemporary discussions, Chalmers highlights the hard problem of consciousness, which distinguishes between the easy problems, understanding cognitive functions, and the hard problem, explaining subjective experience. Chalmers argues that understanding how physical processes in the brain lead to conscious experience remains a profound challenge. Perspectives on the mind-body problem. The mind-body problem has led to various philosophical perspectives, each offering unique insights into the nature of consciousness and identity. Dualism, as proposed by Descartes, dualism posits that the mind and body are fundamentally different substances. Dualists argue that mental phenomena cannot be fully explained by physical processes alone. While this perspective provides a framework for understanding subjective experiences, it raises questions about how the mind interacts with the physical world. Challenges of dualism. Interaction problem. If the mind and body are separate substances, how do they interact? This question has led to various attempts to reconcile the two, but no definitive solution has been found. Scientific objections. Advances in neuroscience challenge the dualist perspective by demonstrating how mental states correlate with brain activity, suggesting a more integrated understanding of the mind-body relationship. Physicalism, materialism. Physicalism asserts that everything that exists, including mental states, is ultimately physical. According to this view, consciousness arises from brain processes, and mental states can be explained in terms of neurobiological functions. This perspective aligns with contemporary scientific understanding and encourages an empirical approach to studying the mind. Implications of physicalism. Reductionism. Physicalism often leads to reductionism, the idea that complex phenomena can be explained by their simpler components. In this view, mental states are reduced to neural activities, raising questions about the nature of consciousness and subjective experience. Impacts on ethics. A physicalist understanding of the mind may influence ethical considerations, as it implies that mental states are fundamentally tied to physical processes. This perspective may affect discussions surrounding free will, responsibility, and moral agency. Idealism. Idealism posits that reality is fundamentally mental or immaterial. According to this view, the mind is primary, and physical objects are either dependent on the mind or illusory. This perspective challenges the conventional understanding of the mind-body relationship and raises questions about the nature of reality itself. If you're enjoying this audiobook and finding value in the content, we kindly ask you to take a moment to subscribe to the channel. A large portion of our listeners and viewers haven't subscribed yet, and by doing so, you'll help us grow and continue bringing you more high-quality audiobooks. Your support means a lot to us, and it's just one click away. So, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to stay connected and never miss out on our latest releases. Challenges of idealism. Subjective nature of experience. Idealism emphasizes the subjective nature of reality, leading to difficulties in explaining shared experiences and the consistency of the physical world. Scientific critique. Idealist perspectives face challenges from scientific evidence supporting a physical basis for existence. Panpsychism. Panpsychism is a contemporary philosophical perspective proposing that consciousness is a fundamental aspect of all matter. According to this view, even simple entities possess some form of consciousness or experience. Panpsychism seeks to address the hard problem of consciousness by suggesting that consciousness is a basic feature of the universe. Implications of panpsychism. Unity of existence. Panpsychism emphasizes the interconnectedness of all things, suggesting that consciousness is not limited to complex organisms but is an intrinsic property of all matter. Reframing ethical considerations. This perspective may lead to a re-evaluation of our ethical responsibilities toward all entities, as it suggests that consciousness exists in various forms throughout the universe. The implications for consciousness and identity. The mind-body problem has profound implications for our understanding of consciousness and identity. Consciousness. The nature of consciousness remains one of the most perplexing questions in philosophy and science. Understanding whether consciousness is a product of physical processes or an independent phenomenon influences how we approach topics like artificial intelligence, cognitive science, and the nature of subjective experience. Identity. The mind-body problem also impacts our understanding of personal identity. Questions about the continuity of consciousness, the nature of self, and the relationship between mental states and physical existence challenge our notions of what it means to be a person. Are we defined solely by our thoughts and experiences, or do our physical bodies play an equally significant role? Practical applications of understanding the mind-body problem. Engaging with the mind-body problem can have practical implications for our daily lives and interactions. Mental health. Recognizing the interconnectedness of the mind and body can lead to more holistic approaches to mental health. Understanding that mental states can influence physical health, and vice versa, encourages individuals to adopt practices that promote overall well-being, such as mindfulness, exercise, and stress management. Personal development. Reflecting on the nature of consciousness can foster self-awareness and personal growth. By examining our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, we can gain insights into our identities and motivations, leading to more intentional living. Interpersonal relationships. Understanding the mind-body relationship can enhance empathy and communication in relationships. Recognizing that others may experience the world differently encourages compassionate interactions and fosters deeper connections. Ethical considerations. Engaging with the mind-body problem invites us to consider ethical implications surrounding consciousness, free will, and moral agency. This inquiry can influence our views on issues such as animal rights, artificial intelligence, and societal responsibilities. Exercises for engaging with the mind-body problem. To deepen your understanding of the mind-body problem, consider engaging in the following exercises. Reflect on your consciousness. Take time to reflect on your conscious experiences. Consider how your thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations interact. Write down your observations and reflect on how they shape your identity. Explore mindfulness practices. Engage in mindfulness meditation or other practices that emphasize the connection between the mind and body. Pay attention to how your mental state influences your physical sensations and vice versa. Analyze ethical dilemmas. Consider an ethical dilemma that involves questions of consciousness and identity. Reflect on how your understanding of the mind-body relationship influences your moral reasoning. Discuss with others. Engage in discussions with friends or family about the mind-body problem. Explore different perspectives and challenge each other's views to deepen your understanding of this complex issue. The mind-body problem is a central topic in metaphysics that raises profound questions about consciousness, identity, and existence. By exploring various perspectives on the mind-body relationship, we can gain insights into the nature of reality and our place within it. This inquiry invites us to reflect on our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. As we continue our exploration of ontology in subsequent chapters, we will delve deeper into specific ontological concepts, including the relationship between language and reality and the implications of metaphysical inquiry for personal and societal development. Each chapter builds upon our foundational understanding, guiding us toward a richer appreciation of the complexities of existence. Engaging with the mind-body problem encourages us to reflect on our experiences and navigate the intricate web of reality with greater awareness. Chapter 7: The Relationship Between Language and Reality. The relationship between language and reality is a pivotal topic in metaphysics and ontology, exploring how our linguistic expressions shape and reflect our understanding of the world. Language is not merely a tool for communication, it is fundamental to our cognition, perception, and conceptualization of existence. This chapter examines various philosophical perspectives on the interplay between language and reality, implications for our understanding of meaning and truth, and practical applications for daily life. The role of language in constructing reality. Language is integral to how we comprehend and interact with the world. It serves as a medium through which we articulate thoughts, share experiences, and construct our understanding of reality. The following points illustrate the significance of language in shaping our perception. Language as a cognitive tool. Language plays a crucial role in human cognition. It provides the framework through which we organize and categorize our experiences. Linguistic structures influence how we think about concepts, leading to different interpretations of reality. For instance, the way we express emotions can shape our understanding of them, affecting our emotional responses and interactions. Linguistic relativity, the principle of linguistic relativity, often associated with the Sapir-Whorf hypothesis, suggests that the structure of a language influences its speaker's worldview. This perspective posits that speakers of different languages may perceive and categorize experiences differently. For example, languages that have multiple words for colors might lead their speakers to notice color distinctions more readily than speakers of languages with fewer color terms. Language and culture. Language is deeply intertwined with culture, reflecting shared beliefs, values, and practices. It serves as a vehicle for cultural transmission, shaping how individuals within a community understand their reality. Consequently, cultural contexts can influence the meanings attached to linguistic expressions, leading to diverse interpretations of similar concepts across different cultures. Philosophical perspectives on language and reality. Various philosophical theories address the relationship between language and reality, offering insights into how we construct meaning. Realism. Realism asserts that language refers to an objective reality independent of our perceptions. According to this view, linguistic expressions represent facts about the world, and statements can be evaluated as true or false based on their correspondence to reality. Realists argue that language serves as a mirror, reflecting the external world accurately. Challenges of realism. The problem of indeterminacy. Critics argue that language is inherently ambiguous, leading to difficulties in establishing a direct correspondence between language and reality. The complexity of meaning and context can result in multiple interpretations of the same expression, challenging the realist perspective. The role of interpretation. Language is not merely a passive representation of reality. It involves interpretation. Different individuals may understand the same statement differently, suggesting that meaning is shaped by context rather than fixed by reality. Constructivism. Constructivist theories assert that language plays an active role in constructing our understanding of reality. According to this view, meaning is not inherent in linguistic expressions, but is generated through social interactions and cultural contexts. Language is seen as a dynamic system that evolves alongside human experiences. Implications of constructivism. Subjectivity of meaning. Constructivism emphasizes that meaning is context-dependent and subjective. This perspective encourages individuals to critically examine their linguistic expressions and the cultural influences that shape their understanding. Influence of power dynamics. Language can reflect and perpetuate power dynamics within society. Constructivist theories highlight the ways in which dominant narratives can shape public discourse, influencing collective understandings of reality. Pragmatism. Pragmatism focuses on the practical implications of language use, emphasizing that meaning is determined by the effects of linguistic expressions in specific contexts. According to this view, the truth of a statement is assessed based on its practical consequences and utility rather than its correspondence to an objective reality. Applications of pragmatism. Focus on context. Pragmatism encourages individuals to consider the context in which language is used. This perspective invites a more flexible approach to meaning, acknowledging that interpretations can vary based on situational factors. Emphasis on action. Pragmatism underscores the importance of action in language use. It suggests that the value of language lies in its ability to facilitate communication, cooperation, and problem-solving in social interactions. Postmodernism. Postmodernism challenges the notion of fixed meanings and objective truths, emphasizing the fragmented and constructed nature of reality. This perspective asserts that language is a tool of power and that meaning is contingent on social, cultural, and historical contexts. Postmodernist thinkers argue that linguistic expressions are inherently unstable, leading to multiple interpretations and challenges to the idea of a singular reality. Implications of postmodernism. Deconstruction of narratives. Postmodernism encourages the deconstruction of dominant narratives, revealing underlying assumptions and biases in language use. This approach invites critical engagement with language and its role in shaping our understanding of reality. Plurality of meanings. The postmodern perspective values diversity and multiplicity in interpretations. It challenges the idea of a single, authoritative meaning, promoting dialogue and exploration of different viewpoints. The implications for meaning and truth. The relationship between language and reality has significant implications for our understanding of meaning and truth. The nature of meaning. Language is inherently tied to meaning, but the nature of meaning itself is complex. The interplay between linguistic expressions and the concepts they represent invites questions about the stability and fluidity of meaning. Different philosophical perspectives offer varying insights into how meaning is constructed and understood. Truth and correspondence. The quest for truth is central to philosophical inquiry. Realists assert that truth is based on correspondence with objective reality, while constructivists and pragmatists emphasize the contextual and practical dimensions of truth. This divergence raises questions about how we assess the validity of statements and beliefs. Challenges to objectivity. The recognition that language shapes our understanding of reality challenges traditional notions of objectivity. If meaning is constructed through linguistic and cultural contexts, then claims to objectivity become problematic. This realization invites a re-evaluation of how we approach knowledge and truth in various domains. Practical applications of understanding language and reality. Engaging with the relationship between language and reality can have practical implications for our daily lives. Effective communication. Understanding the nuances of language can enhance communication skills. Recognizing that meaning is context-dependent encourages individuals to be mindful of their word choices and to consider the perspectives of others. Effective communication fosters understanding and collaboration. Critical thinking, an awareness of the constructed nature of meaning, promotes critical thinking skills. By questioning assumptions and exploring different interpretations, individuals can develop a deeper understanding of complex issues and engage more thoughtfully in discussions. Cultural sensitivity, recognizing the influence of culture on language, can enhance cultural sensitivity and awareness. Understanding that different cultural contexts shape meaning encourages individuals to approach cross-cultural interactions with openness and respect. Personal reflection, engaging with the relationship between language and reality, invites personal reflection on one's beliefs and values. By examining how language shapes individual perceptions, individuals can gain insights into their identities and motivations. Exercises for engaging with language and reality. To deepen your understanding of the relationship between language and reality, consider engaging in the following exercises. Reflect on language use. Take time to reflect on how you use language in your daily interactions. Consider the words and phrases you choose and the meanings they convey. Write down your observations and reflect on how your language shapes your understanding of the world. Analyze meaning in context. Choose a statement or phrase that resonates with you. Explore its meaning in different contexts and consider how cultural factors influence its interpretation. Reflect on how varying contexts can lead to diverse understandings of the same expression. Engage in dialogue. Initiate discussions with others about the relationship between language and reality. Share different perspectives and explore how linguistic expressions shape individual and collective understandings of various topics. Challenge assumptions. Identify a belief or assumption you hold. Reflect on how language has shaped that belief and consider alternative interpretations. This exercise can promote critical thinking and encourage openness to different viewpoints. The relationship between language and reality is a fundamental topic in metaphysics that invites exploration of how linguistic expressions shape our understanding of existence. By examining various philosophical perspectives, we can gain insights into the nature of meaning, truth, and the complexities of human communication. As we continue our exploration of ontology in subsequent chapters, we will delve deeper into specific ontological concepts, including the implications of metaphysical inquiry for personal and societal development. Each chapter builds upon our foundational understanding, guiding us toward a richer appreciation of the complexities of existence. Engaging with the relationship between language and reality encourages us to reflect on our experiences and navigate the intricate web of reality with greater awareness. Chapter 8: Metaphysics and the Nature of Existence. Metaphysics serves as the foundational discipline within philosophy, seeking to understand the nature of existence and reality. This chapter explores the key questions surrounding existence, various metaphysical theories, the implications of these theories for our understanding of reality, and practical applications that can be derived from metaphysical inquiry. Understanding existence. At its core, metaphysics is concerned with answering fundamental questions about existence, such as: what does it mean to exist? This question delves into the essence of existence itself, exploring whether existence is a property, a state, or something more fundamental. What kinds of entities exist? This inquiry investigates the various categories of being, including physical objects, abstract concepts, and entities like numbers or universals. What is the nature of reality? This broader question seeks to understand whether reality is objective, subjective, or a combination of both. It involves exploring the relationship between perception, language, and the external world. Historical perspectives on existence. Throughout history, various philosophers have approached the question of existence from different angles, leading to diverse metaphysical theories. Plato's theory of forms posits that non-material abstract forms represent the most accurate reality. According to Plato, what we perceive in the physical world is merely a shadow or reflection of these ideal forms. For instance, the concept of beauty exists as a perfect form, while tangible objects may only imperfectly reflect that beauty. Aristotle countered Plato by emphasizing the importance of the physical world. He introduced the concept of substance, arguing that individual entities, substances, are the fundamental realities. Aristotle distinguished between essence, what something is, and existence, that something is, asserting that substances exist independently and have both material and formal causes. Immanuel Kant's philosophy revolutionized metaphysics by introducing the distinction between the noumenal world, the thing in itself, and the phenomenal world, the world as we perceive it. He argued that human experience is shaped by our cognitive structures, suggesting that while we can know the appearances of things, the ultimate nature of existence may remain unknowable. Martin Heidegger's existential philosophy focused on the question of being, sane, itself. He sought to understand the nature of existence by examining human experience, emphasizing that to exist is to be in a world and to engage with it meaningfully. Heidegger argued that our understanding of being is intertwined with our experiences of time, space, and relationships. Key metaphysical theories of existence. Several key metaphysical theories have emerged to explain the nature of existence. Materialism posits that only physical substances exist. According to this view, everything that exists is fundamentally material, and mental phenomena can be reduced to physical processes. This perspective aligns with scientific understanding and emphasizes an empirical approach to existence. Implications of materialism. Reductionism. Materialism often leads to a reductionist approach, where complex phenomena are explained in terms of simpler components. This can influence our understanding of consciousness, ethics, and personal identity. Challenges to free will. Materialism raises questions about free will, as it suggests that all actions are determined by physical processes. This perspective challenges traditional notions of moral responsibility. Idealism posits that reality is fundamentally mental or immaterial. According to this view, the mind shapes reality, and physical objects are either dependent on the mind or illusory. Idealists argue that the nature of existence is rooted in consciousness and that reality cannot be understood without considering the role of the observer. Implications of idealism. Subjectivity of reality. Idealism emphasizes the subjective nature of existence, suggesting that our perceptions shape our understanding of reality. This perspective invites exploration of consciousness and the nature of experience. Ethical considerations. Idealist perspectives can influence ethical frameworks, as they encourage a focus on the subjective experiences and relationships that define our existence. Dualism, as articulated by philosophers like Descartes, posits that there are two distinct kinds of substances, the mental and the physical. This perspective emphasizes the separation between mind and body, raising questions about how these two realms interact. Challenges of dualism. Interaction problem. The challenge of explaining how mental states influence physical actions remains a significant issue for dualism. Critics argue that this separation complicates our understanding of consciousness and existence. Scientific objections. Advances in neuroscience have prompted critiques of dualism, suggesting that mental phenomena can be explained through physical processes. Existentialism focuses on individual existence and the search for meaning in an indifferent or chaotic universe. Existentialist philosophers like Sartre and Camus argue that existence precedes essence, meaning that individuals must create their own purpose and values in a world that lacks inherent meaning. Implications of existentialism. Personal responsibility. Existentialism emphasizes individual responsibility for creating meaning and making choices. This perspective encourages a proactive approach to existence and personal development. Freedom and authenticity. The existentialist focus on authenticity encourages individuals to engage with their true selves and navigate existence authentically. Ontological pluralism. Ontological pluralism posits that multiple kinds of entities and modes of existence can coexist. This perspective recognizes the complexity of reality and the value of different approaches to understanding existence. Implications of ontological pluralism. Inclusivity of perspectives. Ontological pluralism encourages a more inclusive understanding of existence, valuing diverse perspectives and experiences. This approach promotes dialogue across philosophical traditions. Interconnectedness of existence. This perspective emphasizes the interconnectedness of different forms of existence, inviting exploration of how various entities interact within a broader framework. Implications for understanding reality. The metaphysical inquiry into existence has profound implications for our understanding of reality. Nature of reality. exploring the nature of existence challenges us to consider what constitutes reality. Are physical objects the only reality, or do abstract entities, such as thoughts and emotions, also hold significance? This inquiry invites a deeper understanding of the complexity of reality. Subjectivity versus objectivity. The relationship between subjective experience and objective reality raises questions about how we understand truth and meaning. Engaging with metaphysical theories encourages critical reflection on the limits of human perception and the nature of knowledge. Ethical implications. Metaphysical perspectives can influence ethical frameworks and considerations. For instance, materialist views may lead to different ethical conclusions than idealist or existentialist perspectives. Understanding the nature of existence can shape our moral values and responsibilities. Practical applications of metaphysical inquiry. Engaging with metaphysical questions about existence can have practical implications for our daily lives. Personal reflection. Reflecting on the nature of existence encourages personal growth and self-awareness. By examining our beliefs about reality and our place within it, we can gain insights into our values and motivations. Enhanced decision-making. Understanding different metaphysical perspectives can enhance decision-making by encouraging individuals to consider the broader implications of their choices. Recognizing the interconnectedness of existence can promote more thoughtful and responsible actions. Interpersonal relationships. Engaging with metaphysical questions can deepen our understanding of interpersonal relationships. Recognizing the complexities of existence encourages empathy and open dialogue, fostering stronger connections with others. Cultural awareness. Exploring different metaphysical perspectives can enhance cultural awareness and sensitivity. Understanding how various cultures conceptualize existence can promote respect for diverse worldviews and practices. Exercises for engaging with metaphysical inquiry. To deepen your understanding of existence and its implications, consider engaging in the following exercises. Reflect on your beliefs. Take time to reflect on your beliefs about existence. Write down your thoughts on what it means to exist, the nature of reality, and how these beliefs shape your life. Engage in dialogue. Discuss metaphysical questions with friends or family members. Explore different perspectives on existence and how they influence your understanding of reality. Examine personal experiences. Reflect on significant life experiences and how they have shaped your understanding of existence. Consider how these experiences align with or challenge your metaphysical beliefs. Explore diverse philosophies. Read about different metaphysical theories and perspectives. Consider how each perspective contributes to a broader understanding of existence and reality. The nature of existence is a central concern of metaphysics, inviting exploration of fundamental questions that shape our understanding of reality. By engaging with various metaphysical theories, we can gain insights into the complexities of existence and our place within the world. As we continue our exploration of ontology in the concluding chapter, we will integrate the insights gained from previous chapters, examining how metaphysical inquiry can inform personal and societal development. Each chapter builds upon our foundational understanding, guiding us toward a richer appreciation of the complexities of existence. Engaging with metaphysical questions encourages us to reflect on our experiences and navigate the intricate web of reality with greater awareness. Chapter 9: The Practical Applications of Metaphysics in Daily Life. Metaphysics, often perceived as an abstract and esoteric field of philosophy, offers valuable insights that can profoundly impact our daily lives. Understanding the fundamental principles of existence, reality, and our place within the universe allows us to engage more meaningfully with the world around us. This chapter explores the practical applications of metaphysics in various aspects of life, including personal development, decision-making, interpersonal relationships, and social dynamics. Personal development. Self-reflection and identity. Engaging with metaphysical questions encourages individuals to reflect on their beliefs, values, and identities. By exploring questions of existence, individuals can gain a deeper understanding of themselves and their motivations. This process fosters self-awareness and authenticity. Exercise. Take time to journal about your beliefs regarding existence. Reflect on questions such as, what does it mean to exist? How do my beliefs shape my identity? Consider how your understanding of existence influences your choices and actions. Creating meaning. In a world that can often seem chaotic or indifferent, metaphysics provides a framework for creating meaning in our lives. Existentialist perspectives emphasize that individuals must create their own purpose and values. By recognizing that meaning is not given but constructed, individuals can actively engage in shaping their life narratives. Exercise. Identify an area of your life where you seek greater meaning. Reflect on how you can create purpose in this area. Set specific goals or intentions that align with your values and beliefs. Resilience and acceptance. Metaphysical inquiry can foster resilience by helping individuals accept the uncertainties and challenges of existence. Recognizing the complexities of life can encourage a more flexible and adaptive mindset, enabling individuals to navigate difficulties with greater ease. Exercise. Consider a recent challenge or setback. Reflect on the nature of existence and the impermanence of situations. Write down lessons learned and how you can apply these insights in the future. Decision-making. Clarifying values and priorities. Metaphysics encourages individuals to reflect on their values and priorities. By examining the fundamental beliefs that underlie decision-making, individuals can make choices that align with their authentic selves. Exercise. Create a list of your core values. Reflect on how these values influence your decisions. Identify areas where your choices may not align with your beliefs and consider how you can rectify this. Evaluating consequences. Understanding metaphysical principles can enhance decision-making by encouraging individuals to consider the broader implications of their choices. This perspective invites reflection on how decisions impact not only personal lives but also relationships and society. Exercise. When faced with a decision, take time to evaluate potential consequences. Consider how your choice aligns with your values and how it may affect others. This reflective practice can lead to more thoughtful and responsible decision-making. Embracing uncertainty. Metaphysical inquiry acknowledges the uncertainty inherent in existence. Embracing this uncertainty can empower individuals to make decisions without needing absolute certainty. This approach fosters a willingness to take risks and pursue opportunities. Exercise. Identify a decision you are hesitant to make due to uncertainty. Reflect on the potential outcomes, both positive and negative. Consider the benefits of embracing uncertainty and moving forward despite the unknown. Interpersonal relationships. Enhancing communication. Understanding the relationship between language and reality, as discussed in earlier chapters, can improve communication skills. Recognizing that language shapes our understanding of reality encourages individuals to choose their words carefully and engage in active listening. Exercise. Practice active listening in conversations. Focus on understanding the other person's perspective before responding. Reflect on how this practice influences your interactions and relationships. Cultivating empathy. Metaphysical inquiry encourages individuals to appreciate the diversity of existence. By recognizing that different perspectives shape our understanding of reality, we can cultivate empathy and compassion for others. Exercise. Engage in conversations with individuals from diverse backgrounds. Seek to understand their experiences and perspectives. Reflect on how this engagement enriches your understanding of existence and fosters connections. Navigating conflict. Metaphysical principles can provide tools for navigating interpersonal conflicts. Recognizing the complexity of human existence can help individuals approach disagreements with a mindset of curiosity and openness rather than defensiveness. Exercise. When faced with a conflict, take a step back to reflect on the underlying beliefs and values at play. Consider the perspectives of all parties involved and seek common ground. This approach can lead to more constructive resolutions. Social dynamics. Understanding cultural contexts. Metaphysical inquiry highlights the importance of cultural contexts in shaping beliefs and values. This understanding fosters respect for diverse perspectives and promotes inclusivity in social interactions. Exercise. Explore cultural practices and beliefs different from your own. Reflect on how these perspectives contribute to a broader understanding of existence and reality. Addressing social issues. Engaging with metaphysical questions encourages individuals to critically examine social dynamics and power structures. This awareness can motivate individuals to take action towards social justice and equality. Exercise. Identify a social issue that resonates with you. Reflect on how metaphysical perspectives inform your understanding of the issue. Consider ways you can contribute to positive change in your community. Fostering community connections. Metaphysics emphasizes the interconnectedness of existence, reminding us that we are part of a larger community. Recognizing this interconnectedness can inspire individuals to build relationships and support one another. Exercise. Reach out to someone in your community and offer support or assistance. Reflect on the importance of connection and how these relationships contribute to a sense of belonging. The role of metaphysics in personal growth. Fostering a growth mindset. Engaging with metaphysical questions encourages a growth mindset, where individuals view challenges as opportunities for learning and development. This mindset fosters resilience and adaptability. Exercise. Identify a recent challenge you faced and reflect on the lessons learned. Consider how these insights can inform your approach to future challenges. Encouraging lifelong learning. Metaphysics invites individuals to engage in lifelong learning and exploration. By cultivating curiosity about existence, individuals can continuously expand their understanding and perspectives. Exercise. Commit to exploring a new area of knowledge related to metaphysics or philosophy. This could involve reading books, attending lectures, or engaging in discussions with others. Promoting mindfulness. Metaphysical inquiry encourages mindfulness by inviting individuals to be present in their experiences. By reflecting on the nature of existence, individuals can cultivate a deeper appreciation for the present moment. Exercise. Practice mindfulness meditation. Focus on your breath and reflect on the nature of existence as you sit in stillness. Consider how this practice enhances your awareness and understanding of reality. The practical applications of metaphysics in daily life are profound and far-reaching. By engaging with metaphysical questions, individuals can foster personal development, make more thoughtful decisions, enhance interpersonal relationships, and address social issues with greater awareness. The insights gained from metaphysical inquiry empower individuals to navigate the complexities of existence with curiosity, empathy, and purpose. As we conclude this exploration of metaphysics and ontology, it is essential to recognize that the journey of understanding existence is ongoing. Each chapter has built upon foundational principles, guiding us toward a deeper appreciation of the intricacies of reality. Engaging with metaphysical questions invites us to reflect on our experiences, challenge our assumptions, and embrace the richness of existence. By integrating these insights into our daily lives, we can cultivate a more meaningful and connected existence. Chapter 10: Integrating Metaphysical Insights into Everyday Life. In this concluding chapter, we will synthesize the insights gained from previous discussions about metaphysics and ontology, focusing on how these concepts can be effectively integrated into everyday life. By applying metaphysical principles, individuals can enhance their understanding of existence, foster personal growth, and navigate the complexities of reality with greater awareness and intentionality. Recap of key metaphysical concepts. Before delving into practical applications, it's essential to recap the key concepts discussed throughout the book. Nature of existence. Metaphysics explores fundamental questions about what it means to exist, the types of entities that exist, and the nature of reality itself. These inquiries have led to diverse philosophical perspectives, including materialism, idealism, dualism, existentialism, and ontological pluralism. Personal identity and meaning. Engaging with metaphysical questions about identity and meaning encourages individuals to reflect on their beliefs and values. This process fosters self-awareness and the ability to create purpose in life. Interconnectedness of existence. Metaphysical inquiry highlights the interconnectedness of all beings and the importance of relationships in shaping our experiences. Recognizing this interconnectedness fosters empathy and compassion. Cultural and social dynamics. Understanding the role of culture and social context in shaping beliefs enhances awareness of the diversity of human experiences. This awareness is crucial for addressing social issues and fostering inclusivity. Application in daily life. The previous chapters provided practical exercises for integrating metaphysical insights into personal development, decision-making, relationships, and community engagement. These exercises serve as a foundation for ongoing exploration and application. Building a metaphysical framework for daily life. Integrating metaphysical insights into daily life involves developing a framework that guides individual actions and decisions. This framework can be constructed through the following components. Intentional reflection. Taking time for intentional reflection allows individuals to examine their beliefs and values. Regularly engaging in self-reflection can help clarify one's understanding of existence and how it shapes daily life. Exercise. Set aside time each week for reflection. Consider questions such as, what do I believe about existence? How do my beliefs influence my actions? Write your thoughts in a journal to track your insights over time. Mindful engagement. Practicing mindfulness encourages individuals to be present and aware in their experiences. This awareness fosters a deeper connection to oneself and the surrounding world, enabling individuals to appreciate the complexities of existence. Exercise. Incorporate mindfulness practices into your daily routine. This could include meditation, mindful walking, or simply pausing to observe your surroundings. Reflect on how these practices enhance your awareness of existence. Purposeful decision-making. Adopting a decision-making process that aligns with one's values and beliefs encourages intentionality in everyday choices. When faced with decisions, individuals can consider how their choices reflect their understanding of existence. Exercise. Before making significant decisions, create a pros and cons list. Reflect on how each option aligns with your core values and beliefs. This process encourages thoughtful decision-making that resonates with your identity. Enhancing personal relationships. Metaphysical insights can profoundly impact personal relationships by fostering deeper connections and enhancing communication. The following strategies can help individuals integrate these insights into their interactions with others. Cultivating empathy. Recognizing the diversity of existence encourages empathy and understanding in relationships. By appreciating different perspectives, individuals can engage in more meaningful conversations. Exercise. Practice active listening in conversations. Focus on understanding the speaker's perspective without formulating a response until they have finished. Reflect on how this practice enhances your connection with others. Fostering open dialogue. Encouraging open dialogue about beliefs and values fosters mutual understanding and respect. Creating a safe space for discussion allows individuals to explore differences constructively. Exercise. Initiate conversations about existential questions with friends or family. Create an environment where individuals feel comfortable sharing their beliefs and experiences. Reflect on how these discussions enrich your relationships. Navigating conflict with understanding. Metaphysical insights can provide tools for navigating conflicts constructively. Recognizing that disagreements often stem from differing perspectives encourages individuals to approach conflicts with curiosity rather than defensiveness. Exercise. When faced with a conflict, take a moment to reflect on the underlying beliefs driving each person's perspective. Consider how these beliefs shape the disagreement and seek common ground for resolution. Engaging with community and society. Integrating metaphysical insights into community engagement and societal dynamics is essential for fostering positive change and inclusivity. The following approaches can help individuals contribute meaningfully to their communities. Promoting inclusivity. Understanding the complexities of existence encourages individuals to appreciate diverse perspectives. By promoting inclusivity, individuals can foster a sense of belonging for everyone in their community. Exercise. Attend community events that celebrate cultural diversity. Engage with individuals from different backgrounds and reflect on how these interactions enrich your understanding of existence. Addressing social issues. Engaging with metaphysical questions can motivate individuals to address social issues critically. Recognizing the interconnectedness of existence encourages individuals to take action towards social justice. Exercise. Identify a social issue that resonates with you. Research the underlying causes and explore ways to contribute to positive change in your community. This engagement deepens your understanding of existence and your role within it. Building community connections. Strengthening community ties fosters a sense of belonging and interconnectedness. Engaging with others in meaningful ways enhances relationships and encourages collaboration. Exercise. Volunteer for local organizations or initiatives that align with your values. Reflect on how these experiences foster connections and contribute to your understanding of existence within a larger community context. Continuing the journey of exploration. Integrating metaphysical insights into everyday life is an ongoing journey that encourages continuous exploration and growth. The following strategies can help individuals maintain momentum in their pursuit of understanding. Commitment to lifelong learning. Embracing a growth mindset encourages individuals to seek knowledge and expand their understanding of metaphysics and related fields. Lifelong learning enhances personal and philosophical development. Exercise. Create a reading list of books and articles related to metaphysics and philosophy. Set a goal to explore a new topic each month, reflecting on how these insights impact your understanding of existence. Engaging in discussions. Participating in discussions about metaphysical topics can deepen understanding and provide new perspectives. Engaging with others fosters a sense of community and shared exploration. Exercise. Join a philosophy or book club focused on metaphysical themes. Engage in discussions that challenge your perspectives and encourage critical thinking about existence and reality. Reflecting on personal growth. Periodically reflecting on personal growth and development allows individuals to assess their journey and identify areas for further exploration. This reflection encourages ongoing engagement with metaphysical questions. Exercise. At the end of each month, take time to reflect on your experiences and insights related to metaphysical inquiry. Consider how your understanding of existence has evolved and where you would like to explore further. Integrating metaphysical insights into everyday life provides individuals with valuable tools for personal development, enhancing relationships, and engaging with the complexities of existence. By adopting a framework that emphasizes intentional reflection, mindful engagement, and purposeful decision-making, individuals can navigate their experiences with greater awareness and authenticity. As we conclude this exploration of metaphysics and ontology, it is essential to recognize that the journey of understanding existence is ongoing. Each chapter is built upon foundational principles, guiding us toward a deeper appreciation of the intricacies of reality. By actively engaging with metaphysical questions and integrating these insights into daily life, individuals can cultivate a more meaningful and connected existence. The practice of metaphysics invites us to reflect on our experiences, challenge our assumptions, and embrace the richness of existence. Through this journey, we can foster a deeper connection with ourselves, others, and the world around us, ultimately enriching our lives and contributing to a more compassionate and understanding society. Copyright 2024 by AudioBooksTube. Thank you for listening. Please consider to subscribe, like, and share to help the channel grow new videos on a daily basis.